All right, so to understand this YouTube channel, this Adventures with Dr. Wade in Honduras, let me give you a little explanation. I have some passions in life. One of them is I love being here in Honduras, the adventure, the challenge, the everything. I also love America. I love both. I kind of wish America was a little more like this sometimes, and I kind of wish Honduras was a little more like this sometimes. But anyway, it is challenging, it's adventurous. I've been here for over 6 years, and so I've got a little bit of understanding about things, or how a gringo would successfully survive and thrive down here in a challenging environment of a developing country. Asked many times how in the world I got from St. Joseph, Missouri to La Esperanza, Honduras. And of course the answer is complicated, but I'll try to keep it as simple and concise as possible. So here goes. As many know, I was with the Hilliard companies in my early years and did everything from the factory to warehouse manager in Dallas, and 4 years out in Phoenix, Arizona in sales. And in my early 30s, some difficult things happened, and at the age of 34, I resigned my position as director of video production. And by the way, that's a younger version of me in the blue blazer appearing in corporate video that I put together for the Hilliard companies. And drastically changed directions by enrolling in Bible college. At Zoe University, I obtained a doctorate degree in biblical theology and another doctorate degree in Christian counseling. Then it was on to Atchison Valley Hope Inpatient Drug and Alcohol Treatment Center, where I worked as a chaplain. Then during that time, I helped start the Police Chaplain Corps in St. Joseph, Missouri. Did about 400 volunteer hours, a lot of it ride-along. Then joined the Police Academy, graduated top cadet at age 41. Then became a police officer, then chief of police in the small town of Hamilton, Missouri, then emergency manager for Caldwell County, Missouri. And during this time, I was raising and breeding Siberian Huskies, which took me in directions of camping and outdoors and things of that nature. Okay, so let's take a break. Obviously, I have a passion for adventure and challenges and living in Honduras, but I also have a passion for getting to know the God of the Bible. And so I read the Bible through cover to cover in a year's time. Now, to do that takes about 15 minutes a day of reading at about the pace of which I'm talking now. And I encourage you all to do that. And I'll put up on the screen, as I'm doing now, the scriptures for the upcoming week. And to get a brief overview of the portion of scripture reading for the upcoming week, we're finishing up Deuteronomy and starting the book of Joshua. At the ripe old age of 120 years, Moses has died and Joshua is taking over as the leader of the nation of Israel. I think the book of Joshua is going to be more enjoyable or more fun than Leviticus and Deuteronomy because it's got stories and things like that. And finally, let me touch on Psalm 91. You see Psalm 91 up there in the list? Chronologically, it goes right here. You know, when you're in serious trouble and you might want to call 911 and get the police or something out there, well, think of it this way. When you're in trouble, dial or turn to Psalm 91 verse 1 and read Psalm 91. It will help immensely. By the way, all of this is taking place around 1300 BC. And remember, 15 minutes a day will get you through the Bible in a year. So check it out, enjoy, and you'll be glad you did. And of course, send your comments and questions to MsEtna at AskDrWade.com, and we'll answer whatever questions we can. Getting to know the God of the Bible is an adventure, and it's absolutely one worth pursuing. All right, back to the story. During these years, I did volunteer service as a chaplain in 4 different Missouri prisons, 2 in Kansas, and 1 here in Honduras. You really don't want to go to this one, I'm telling you. Ain't pretty. Most of this time was in Crossroads Correctional Center, maximum security prison for men, where I was the most pastor they had, preaching and teaching multiple times a week, providing counseling services, hearing confessions, and all that. Also helped pioneer Kairos Prison Ministry International into Missouri and into Crossroads Correctional Center and later into Chillicothe Correctional Center. So in the spring of 2013 and again in 2014, I set up sort of a base camp at Soggy Bottom Campground outside of Cameron, Missouri in the months of February, March, and April. I lived out there as much as possible, though I still had some obligations I had to tend to. You know, as much as you read about something, you just have to experience it to really learn, and boy did I learn. Then in May of 2014, I went to La Esperanza, Honduras with a mission group from our church with the intention of scouting out that location for a possible move in the future. I loved what I saw, spent the rest of 2014 getting the house and yard all prettied up for sale and tidying up my affairs. Then in January of 2015, I bought a one-way ticket to Honduras, and within weeks, I had a job and an apartment. So take a look. This is school. These are the buses. And here's a couple more buses arriving for the morning on what is Thanksgiving morning in America and just another day of school, although we only have morning classes today, not afternoon. We're going to have activities in the afternoon, and then we're off for Friday. Hello there. How are you? Buenos dias. So now I'm walking down the walkway towards my classroom. And there's Miss Nellie ringing the bell. Down here there's Miss Roxana and the preparatory, the pre-K kids gather down there and wait for their teachers to walk them down to pre-K. This is some more classrooms up here, and those primary students are up there waiting for their teachers to walk them down to their area. And this is the secondary school, 7th grade on up. And there's Andrea and Scarlett. Yes. Good morning, ladies. How are you? There's Miss Nellie. Hola, Miss Nellie. ¿Cómo está? Chequeleque? Sí. This is the apartments. They are kind of walled in with barbed wire, or some have razor wire sometimes. I think I see razor wire up there. That looks like it's going to be a little bit of a garden for Mr. Ken. Here's the doors that enclose this garage or parking thing. That's the door we come into, the walk-in door there. And Mr. Ken lives upstairs. He has that almost what would be the equivalent of 2 apartments space up there. Down here there's a couple of apartments. Mr. Daniel and Miss Sandra live there in those 2. Here's kind of panoramic view. There's Dr. Troy's Toyota Land Cruiser. Southwest School is a bilingual Christian private school, and I worked there from March of 2015 through October of 2017. The first year I taught all the Bible and history courses for 7th grade on up, and the rest of the time I volunteered part-time helping with counseling and consulting and things like that. There's between the apartments. This apartment is mine with the door open, and I share a wall with Walter. Here's Roxana's apartment, and then Melissa and Miss Megan and her husband are down there. And there's a basketball court with some razor wire and things like that. Los Adulas apartments are located right here in the heart of La Esperanza. So there was really no need for me to have a vehicle at the time. Everything is easily within walking distance. Like the vegetable market you see here, one of the many vegetable markets here in this very non-Americanized town of about 37,600 urban population, located at about 5,600 foot elevation. We'll talk more about all this in another video. Thanks for watching, and until next time, I'm Dr. Wade Hampton. You have a great day. Aguacate, muy delicioso.